Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump,
Okay, what's your birth year?
2001.
Okay, and why do you support Donald Trump?
Policies.
Such as?
The expanded fossil one.
Say it again, what?
Hold on. The expanded fossil fuel production.
Okay, by doing what?
Why do I have to tell you what it does? You asked for a policy.
Yeah, I said by doing what? You said
Can I
that's
go
not a
back
policy.
can I go back and read it then?
Yeah, him expanding fossil fuel production would be a goal of a policy, not a policy in of itself. I just want to clarify. By the way, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. It really helps push it out to significantly more people. I would really, really, really appreciate it. We're going to be on until around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Everyone, we got 3 more hours or so at least on the stream. Just letting everyone know.
It expands the output of gas, oil, and coal.
What policy? When you're out of the app, I can't hear you. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. I have to go back and read it because I'm like on my phone and stuff because I'm at like work, so I have to like go back and read it.
Okay. Well, the point that I would want to make is that his policies, I think, are not better for domestic production of energy because the fact
I think
that
they're better economically, though.
they're not. Every metric of the economy is worse off since Trump got in office. Can you name one main metric of the economy that's better off?
I mean, no, but you can't sit here and tell me that the metrics were better under the Biden-Harris
They
administration.
were. They actually were.
But the inflation was higher.
Nope, it was lower. At the end of Biden's administration, inflation was lower than what it is right now.
It was like a 2.7 or 2.8 under Joe Biden, but it's a 2.3 or like 2.4 under Trump.
Nope, it's 3.3 right now.
Well, then it just went up.
Yeah, because of Trump's war with Iran. And also, did you know that according to the Federal Reserve, we would be below pre-pandemic levels of inflation right now if Trump never imposed tariffs?
Well, tariffs can actually be good and bad for a country.
Well, what benefit did we get from the tariffs?
We didn't get anything yet.
Exactly.
Keyword, yet.
Okay, but we've lost out. There's been increased costs, but there hasn't been any benefit?
Yeah, but you have to get through how do I say it, like a bad storm to come out in the light, you know?
Yeah, but there's no evidence it's leading towards better conditions. Like, what we would expect is investment for manufacturing increasing in this country. What we've actually seen is a decline in real domestic manufacturing investment every single quarter of Trump's administration so far.
So you really think that Trump and Israel are just going to go fight this war? And you think after it's all said and done, you think they're going to get nothing out of it? That seems a little rhetorical.
Yeah. I think that there's no evidence that they're going to be getting anything out of it. And actually, all evidence points towards the fact that they're going to get less out of it than what we got through the JCPOA, which I would consider as nothing, because the JCPOA is what we had established originally before Trump pulled us out of it. So if he pulls us out of that position, that's the position we were already in, and that met more objectives than what Trump would meet through the war. That means he's got us nothing.
Well, I mean, the Strait of Hormuz will be opened back up, and we'll probably
but it was already opened.
Oil.
It was already open prior.
What I'm saying is, have you ever negotiated something?
Yes.
So you would know when they're in the negotiation room, they're going to ask for something, which means we're going to get something. It's not going to be for nothing.
Yeah, and if we're in a position where they've already closed the room. What you're not understanding is that they've closed the Strait of Hormuz. That gives them a leg up in the scenario. Whereas prior, under the JCPOA, they didn't do that. So you understand that that's going to be something that you have to negotiate for, you have to give up for, right? So you're not going to just get that for free.
Yeah, I know this isn't the right way, but you do realize if we wanted to, we could just go take the Air Force and blow the Strait of Hormuz right the fuck open. Say, get the fuck out of here.
So they don't have to control the Strait of Hormuz. They just have to make it not safe enough to go through. You know that, right? Which means that they're going to bomb any vessel that goes through. They just have to make it more costly for the insurance company so that the freights never even go through in the first place because the insurance company wouldn't want to pay for it.
After we've seen over the years of Donald Trump's administration, when he gets annoyed because he doesn't get what he wants, what does he attacks? I really feel like if they just keep negotiating with Trump and pissing him off and doing
They're not
this
even
and then doing
negotiating
that,
with
and close the
Trump. They're
next day, open
negotiating
the
with
next
other
day.
people. It started with JD Vance, and then they realized
Wait,
JD Vance wasn't actually doing
they're
it.
voting.
So now it's
They're
Jared
voting with the
Kushner.
they're negotiating with the vice president. Something Kamala Harris could have done, but she didn't do it.
Kamala Harris did do that under her administration. Actually, did
She went to
have legitimate
fucking. She went to
negotiations that
England
she met.
to. She went to. She went to England, and not even 2 days later, Putin invaded Ukraine.
No, so that was something that was going to happen either way. Just because she didn't prevent that from happening doesn't mean that she's a bad negotiator. Trump said that he was going to end
I
the
really
Russia-Ukraine war.
think if a different.
Trump said that he was going to end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours. Did he do that?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
But I really feel like if it was another administration, I mean, that war actually would have never started. You can't say that would have started just
It would
under
have
the
started
Biden
under
Harris
Trump.
administration. I mean, yeah, when you have a cognitive declined person who has cancer and some woman who doesn't even know her fucking how to tie her shoes, yeah, they're
She
gonna
does know
invade
how to
Ukraine.
tie her shoes. Why'd you say that after literally Donald Trump said that he drinks Diet Coke because he thinks it kills cancer because it kills grass? When Donald Trump said that we should look into
The guy
disinfectant
says
by
that-
injection
the
to
guy
fight
says a bunch of
COVID-19.
things, like
When Donald
windmills
Trump said that
kill
we should
fucking
nuke hurricanes
whales,
to fight them. When Donald Trump said that windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before.
That's
When
literally
Donald
what I
Trump
just
said
said.
that if Jesus were the vote counter in California, that he would have won the vote against Joe Biden. This is what your president has done. He looked up at an eclipse with his bare eyes twice.
Bro.
Okay? That's what your president has done. And you're going to sit there and
okay.
try to say that Kamala Harris is dumb? Are you serious?
Okay, and
It's actually Donald Trump. Did you know that?
And if you want me to be real, bro, I've done the same thing. I looked at an eclipse once or twice.
With your bare eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're just saying you're as dumb
And
as
guess what?
Trump.
And-
You're
and-
saying you're
and
actually
guess
just
what?
proving my point that you're
And guess
actually
what?
the
It
dumb
does
one, and it's
nothing-
not women, it's not Kamala Harris. When you make this whole claim
And-
that it's some women like this, it's because actually you're just likely a misogynist, and because you're stupid. It's not actually because it's reflective of their actual real mental states and how intellectually capable they are.
You think it does something to your eyes, bro? I just got my DOT physical the other day.
It
I got
literally
20/20
does.
vision. It doesn't. I got
You can't
20/20
just.
vision,
Oh
bro.
my God! You think looking up at an eclipse doesn't do anything to your eyes?
If you look at it for
You
a
can
long
literally
period
go
of time,
blind
bro,
for. Stop
do
for
you
a
know the
second.
difference
You can
between
literally
look
go
and
blind
glance?
from this. Don't do that. Don't do that on my
Bro,
live stream.
Do you know? hold
Are
on,
you
I just-
actually stop, dude?
Do
Stop,
you know the
dude.
difference between look and glance? He glanced at it twice. He didn't look at it for 5 fucking seconds.
When you're glancing at something, are you looking at it?
Those are two totally different things.
When you're glancing at something, are you looking at it?
No, you're just glancing and you just
Come
peep
on,
it.
come
You
on.
peep
That's
that.
that's looking
You
at
peep
it.
That's why you're
looking at it.
smiling.
That's looking at
That's
it.
why you're smiling because you know.
Glancing is literally looking at it. What are you talking about?
I mean, I glanced at it twice and I got 20/20 vision, bubs.
Yeah, I understand. You got lucky. You know that you can literally go blind from doing that?
Well, thank God I didn't.
Yeah, you better hope. You better pray to the
And that's
Lord and
just-
Jesus Christ that you don't lose your
I just
vision
feel
next
like
time you do that.
I feel like all the bad things, and I'm not even.
And by the
talking
way, you're the
political.
one trying to say that Kamala Harris is dumb. The guy who blatantly admitted
she
in front of
is.
literally 6,000 people that he has looked up at an eclipse with his bare eyes.
She said there was no active troops or whatever in the first question or something in the presidential debate, and the Navy people or whatever posted a video that night or the morning. Oh, and said,
Yeah, she said
"Then
that
what
no,
the
no
fuck
one
are
was in an
we?"
active combat zone, and she happened to be wrong. Okay, that's just
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
that's
stupid.
dishonest to try to claim that that's like something that's stupid. That's just a
So then we
dishonest.
could
That's
say
dishonest.
multiple
Like
other
she,
things like that for Trump. Then,
you understand that's different than saying we should look into disinfectant by injection to fight COVID-19. That's different than
Bro,
saying literally.
you actually
that
think a lot of that shit is not a joke? I mean,
No,
come
he's
on,
being
take
serious.
a fucking knee slap.
he's
Take a
being
joke.
serious.
I'm
He's-
not, yeah, I'm sure.
These
he
are
was.
literally statements of him being serious. I can play the clips.
And why are
You
these
literally think
Dems
it's so
trying to
stupid that
take-
he's trolling.
Why are these Dems trying to take out Trump? I don't really get this.
You have no evidence that the person who shot at the White House was a
that
Democrat.
did not look anything like a fucking Republican.
How can you see whether or not they look like a Democrat or a Republican?
You
by
can
looking at
judge
them?
anybody. You can judge anybody off the car they
Okay,
drive.
What makes you think that they're left wing?
The way he looked
Like, what about the way that he looked?
and what he did. He was a tutor.
Wait, what about
That's
the way
most
that he?
fucking democratic thing I've ever heard.
So
of,
being
tutor.
a tutor means that you're a Democrat.
I mean, it can be. Yeah, it's one of the.
There are no
Mm.
MAGA
No.
tutors. MAGA can't teach you anything.
I
So
feel
how
like
the hell
we're
could they
getting
be
off
a
topic
tutor?
here.
Actually, it's ridiculous, right? Actually, there's no actual way. There's no actual way. It's so
I
ridiculous.
feel like we're getting off topic though.
So wait, by the way, so you just said someone who's educated and would be educating you would be a Democrat?
Fuck no.
That's what a tutor is someone who educates you.
Yeah.
So the
There's
people who
different types of
educate you
tutors, bro.
are Democrats?
Wasn't he like a music tutor or something?
I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But like, you said that he looks like a Democrat. How do you look like a Democrat?
He didn't look like he ever drank a white Monster, I'll tell you that much.
Can you answer the question? What
What?
about the way that he looked makes you think that he wasn't a
He was
Republican?
bald, scrawny, and fucking looked lonely as fuck.
Bald, scrawny, and lonely? What? I don't. By the way, that sounds exactly like a Trump supporter. Like, I think you literally just described an incel MAGA in his mom's basement.
We're not lonely. We go to the lake every week. And
Yeah.
our souped up trucks with our white Monsters.
No, you go and fish alone with your fishing buddies?
No, I actually just went fishing with my dude and his girl, and then my girl. So,
Okay, you went fishing, of course. And let me ask, have you ever put a picture of you carrying a fish in your dating profile?
no, I actually put a dog in there for me. Boost him, you know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I
Women
would have
love
expected that it's a picture of you with a fish.
Nah, women love dogs.
And then you have Pro Bass cap,
A Bass Pro Shop? Oh, yeah,
Bass
yeah,
Pro
yeah.
Shop, or whatever the
I got
fuck
a
it is.
Carhartt, too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
White
course.
Carhartt hoodie, a black Carhartt hoodie, a Carhartt hat.
No, the Bass Pro Shop hat.
I got
of course,
the Bass
you got
Pro
that
Shop.
one.
That's for, like, bar nights, you know?
That's for bar nights. That's for bar
Yeah,
nights.
that's for, like, the nice, you know, fit.
Nice
right there.
bar nights.
You don't take the Bass Pro
the
Shop
Bass
hat
Pro
fishing.
shirt.
That's disrespectful.
Bass Pro
so then you'll
cap.
just get it dirty. That's
Jeez,
what the Carhartt
bro.
hat
The
is for,
lifted
but we're getting off
F-150s are lifted F-150s. I promise you, I can pull you like you've never
No,
seen
fuck-
before.
fuck
Lifted
Fords.
F-150s, okay. Or
Fords
drinking
are
our white
found-
monsters,
Fords
okay.
are found on road dead.
Okay,
I'm a
no,
Ram
seriously
guy.
though, what you mentioned, though, what you described is literally like describing Nick Fuentes. So I just like I think it's actually more of like a right
Nick
winger, not a
Fuentes
left
is a
winger.
dumbass.
Yeah, it's more of like what you described there as a left winger or a right winger, not a left winger.
I feel like Nick Fuentes is just a fucking nerd.
Okay, but well, he's dumb, so I don't know if he could be
Yeah,
classified
dumb
as a
and
nerd.
Well, you can be dumb and a nerd.
Well, I
You
mean,
can look
I
like-
just
well,
think
you
it's
can
typically
look like a
associated
nerd,
with
but
being
you-
smart, so I don't want to associate that to be the case.
Well, he just looks like a nerd to me.
Okay, well,
Or actually, he looks like a
dude,
pretty boy to
dude.
me. Pretty fuck boy.
okay, can you like engage with the point? I don't know why you just
Oh, yeah,
randomly
well-
said that. Oh, well, you just got a flag, so you got a harassment and bullying flag. So let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen.
No.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Just for future reference, what can and cannot say? Because I don't want to get me banned or you banned, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if it was either misinformation or harassment and bullying. Either way, just try to steer away from.
So just keep it PG.
Yeah, just keep it PG generally, and
Okay.
then also for misinformation, really the only ones that get caught are like sometimes like election and vaccines. Other than that, like you're pretty much fine. Tina,
Okay.
thank you so much for the whale diving. Thank you very much.
Do you want to pick up on where we left off, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just think the expanding on oil and coal and all that, and is going to help economically. Like, even when the war is all said and done, like, I mean, it's going to do something for the economy. Exactly like when we, I think Trump just invested like 18 billion into that Japanese oil rig or whatever that they're building, or it was like 18 trillion or something like that.
18 billion probably.
Yeah, it's probably 18 billion. But I remember like stuff like that actually will help out the economy because you know those are investments that keep going. You know.
I understand, but so if you want investments, you want the Trump administration to do that, why do you support their administration when they actively speaking about more debt-related spending?
Well,
Push the money
I
down.
mean,
Like
I
over
feel like,
$4 trillion
I feel like
of more
every
debt-related
administration
spending
has
signed
had
into law
debt.
by the by the Trump administration compared to the Biden administration.
I mean, we've had debt since the day I was born. I feel like every president kind of adds a little bit of debt to that, just because Trump adds a little bit more than usual. I mean, I don't think we should look at him the
It's
wrong
not
way.
a little bit more. It's almost double what Biden did.
Yeah, see, but then we go back to the inflation part, and the only reason inflation is up right now is because of the war.
It's not just because that's also because of Trump's tariff policy, which disenfranchises working class people.
Working class people, as in what?
What do you mean, as in what? As in working class people?
Like, yeah. And then
You don't know what working class people means?
I mean, I'm a working class person. Fuck.
Okay, so yeah, you've been disenfranchised by Donald Trump's tariff policy because he increased your taxes.
I got a lot back from my tax return, so I was pretty happy.
That means you overpaid.
Oh, well, I don't really know about all
You
that
just
stuff.
that's all it means.
What overpaid and what? Can you be more precise?
You overpaid on your taxes. That's why you got a refund. You paid more than what you were supposed to have paid.
Well, yeah, because when you're younger, you get that shit back usually.
Yeah, because you overpay.
Overpay? They take it out of your checks, Nimrod.
Yeah, and you overpaid. So that's what a tax refund is. A tax refund, dude.
How did I overpay something that's taken out of my check every week?
The estimates that they made for your payments were higher than what expected.
So then you get that money back. How is that?
Yeah, because you paid more than what you were supposed to have.
So I got that money back is what I like. It's like I didn't lose anything is what I'm trying to say.
You did, right? You just obviously, like in taxes, it's just obviously you're getting some of the amount that you paid too much back.
I see. I was gonna say before like the violation or whatever came, I was gonna say I feel like you guys like look at Trump, as in like the bad past, and you don't focus on all the policies and good that he is coming out with. You know?
What policies? What good?
I can look up the can you say a DURG word or no?
No, you can't.
Okay, can I go look it up real quick? I have it in my folder.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If you're on YouTube again, everyone hit that thumbs up. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes. If you're here on TikTok, tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's he expanded 15 of like high DRUG, and then he made it more affordable than what it would usually cost, like by 600%.
Are you saying the Trump RX?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's no different than Good RX that already existed. He just slapped his name on it.
But what about the 600% decrease that RFK was talking about?
The 600% decrease that RFK. Yeah, that's in comparison to other sites or other costs, right? That's not in comparison to. It's not cheaper than GoodRx. Actually, GoodRx is better. Actually,
then why are people saying that it is? Because that would be false information.
Because it's literally just propaganda.
Didn't they just have a whole court hearing about this or something with like a bunch of like Democratic senators and stuff?
I'm not quite sure. I think so. Push the hand hard.
Yeah, and they were talking about how, or RFK was talking about how it makes people like in the lower middle class, how it's like more affordable for them.
It's not, because GoodRx is actually cheaper.
See, I don't know how you can like it's right there on the like internet. Like if you look it up.
Yeah, go look up GoodRx.
All right, give me 1 sec.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube again, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Everyone helps get out to more people as always. For anyone who doesn't know, a lot of Trump supporters today are actually claiming that the shooting that happened was staged. See, I think every Trump supporter I've asked has said that.
I don't think it was staged.
Oh, well, now we have one that hasn't because I didn't ask you. So we can talk about that in a second. But you know, every other Trump supporter has said that it's staged so far.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's basically it's just saying it finds Americans the lowest cost for the DRUGS, like that they need.
Yeah, GoodRx is even less.
That's basically what I read off of it. So why is Trump claiming this then? Like,
because he's a liar and he wants to. Because he has no healthcare plan and he's just trying to act like he has a healthcare plan and this is his healthcare plan when he actually has nothing. So it's his way of doing nothing while simultaneously claiming that he is trying to do something.
On all of his policies that he does come out with.
What's up?
Like the big beautiful bill. Like I guarantee you probably have flack on that, don't you?
Yeah, I actually do. That cuts over 10 million people off.
You just hate the guy. You hate the guy so much you can't look at the good he does.
I can. I'm telling you the things that are bad about it. Can you acknowledge that he could do bad things and that I could disagree with
I
it?
feel like we can all do bad things. I feel like I did a
Yeah.
bad
So,
thing last night.
what was the bad thing you did last night?
Yeah, I don't think it's TikTok appropriate.
What?
What?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
It involved alcohol and stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure it's
Yeah.
not like you're just like admitting to murdering someone on the stream.
What the fuck? No.
Hey, dude, I'm
What
not
the
quite sure.
fuck?
I'm not quite sure. Of course, I've literally had people come up in the stream and threaten to murder me, right?
You're joking.
No joke. Countless times.
You're lying. You're lying.
Nope.
Some person in their mommy's basement comes up on your live and says
And
they wanna
threatened to unalive
off
me.
you?
Yeah, there's actually videos on YouTube you can find of this. If you go to my highest viewed videos on YouTube Shorts, you can see someone literally threatening to unalive me.
Kind of like Trump with the. Oh, MAGAs. They're really hurting us. Yeah, I just feel like he has a lot of good polishes, though. And, I mean, I just don't. I think you're going to always hate the guy because of all the bad he's done and any good that he does do. Like he said in front of when he had that State of the Union, he could find a way to cure 15 types of cancer, and you'd still hate the guy.
No, like, let me tell you what I disagree with, okay? So, in the Big Beautiful Bill, it cuts 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month, over 2.5 million people off their access to food stamps on average every single month, and over 10 million people off their access to health insurance, while simultaneously adding $3.4 trillion to the debt, and most of the tax cuts went to millionaires and billionaires. Now, the aspects of the bill that I think are good, Kamala Harris would have maintained. She wanted to keep all the tax cuts. She wanted to keep all the tax cuts applicable to income earners under $40,000 a year. Hell, I'll mention another thing that I like. I like
all this. Why did she do it in the 4 years that she had the vice president role? Why couldn't she have influenced Joe Biden to do some of this shit?
That's like claiming Trump should have done everything that he was claiming he was going to do for his second administration in his first administration. Like, you don't believe anything that he was going to do for his second admin because he already did it with his first admin, or he already had the time to do it?
I didn't believe everything he said, but I believed more of what he said than I believed Kamala.
Okay, so then I think that's dishonest then, because he had more of a shot to get everything passed than she did as vice president.
What do you mean?
As VP, you don't have as much power as you as president.
Well, yeah, but Biden, it's not like Biden said, shoo, shoo, go away. I'm pretty sure Biden would let her handle, like, majority
of let me just give an example, right? J.D. Vance disagreed with the Iran war.
Like,
but they still went to, yeah. He was actually providing the arguments against going to war with Iran. Well, then, he actually disagrees with the war with Iran. So let's clarify. Even though he disagrees with the war with Iran, and he even said that he disagreed with it, he still has to support the administration. If he decided to be like, oh, I don't support the war and actively against it, trying to tell the administration to stop doing the war in public, that would have really harmed his own administration, right? And that would have increased the likelihood that Democrats get elected.
I just think it would have caused a little bit of conflict, not harm.
It would have harmed, yes. It literally, if J.D. Vance did that, it would have caused a greater fracture within the Republican Party. Okay, and it would have helped Democrats.
If you know this stuff, right? If you know this stuff, how does Trump not know this stuff? Because I'm sure that would have been all over.
They of course do know this stuff.
So then why ain't Trump saying nothing about it if that's true? Because Trump would say something about that.
Say something about what?
Like traitors and shit, damn near. Like, oh, J.D. Vance said it. This war wasn't needed. He's a damn traitor to our country.
He said that to him.
Oh, he said that to Trump.
Yeah, like they when talking about whether or not they should go to war with Iran, like he was in those conversations and he was claiming we shouldn't go to war with Iran. Trump still decided to go to war with Iran because he decided to listen to Netanyahu and Mossad.
Well, I feel like Israel kind of needed our help. We're America. We can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Fuck that, dude. Do you want to constantly engage in forever wars for the state of Israel? I don't.
No, but I also don't want innocent
Would you enlist?
That aren't even Americans to just get unalived for no fucking reason.
But that's happening to a greater extent because of the fact that Trump caused this war.
That's like a protest that we do here. If me or you go to a protest, we don't have to worry about our lives at stake or being unalived by.
Unless you're Alex Preddy or Renee Good.
Yeah, unless you bring a freaking gun to a freaking protest.
So Kyle Rittenhouse, should he have been scared for his life?
What do you mean?
Because he brought a gun to a protest? What happened
Who's
to the Second Amendment? Because you know that Alex Preddy is a legal, lawful gun owner, concealed carrying legally.
Yeah. Parker, have you ever taken a gun, firearm like CCW course or whatever?
No.
Your instructor will tell you from the start, you have to be the smarter person. You don't bring your freaking firearm in front of a crowd that's going to more than likely be a hostile environment. You
No, no,
don't
no.
do
Wait,
that.
wait. This isn't like some planned protest that existed. They were just out in public. And also, secondly, in terms of they have a Second Amendment. He's a legal, lawful gun owner that can conceal carry within Minnesota. That's a fact. Okay.
Okay, hold
So,
on.
so what he was
Second
doing
Amendment or
was
not? No,
actually
hold
like a
on.
scenario
You're
where you
missing the
can
point. You
carry
just
the
let the
gun,
point go over your head.
and people would be completely like that's legal under that
You
time.
let the
Now,
point
if
go
you're
right
talking
over your
about
head.
if you're talking about Kyle Rittenhouse, what he was doing wasn't legal because he was like pointing his gun at people and
Wasn't
like
that like
walking down the street
wasn't that
carrying
like a
the
BB
AR.
one?
What?
Wasn't that like a BB one?
No, it was a real gun.
So wasn't he? Didn't he go to jail or something? The kid crying like.
Nope, he never went to jail because he was determined to be innocent because of self-defense.
Well, then he was innocent for self-defense. Alex Peretti literally freaking kicked the freaking brake light of a.
12 days prior, and that's not justification for him being murdered. Do you think he
Yeah,
was
you
murdered?
don't. No.
Wow, you don't think so? What did he do that justified the LEOs shooting them?
You brought a firearm and
Oh,
you resisted.
so
I mean,
so
it's quite
one, he
literally as
didn't
simple as
resist.
that.
One, he didn't
If
resist,
if
and
if a
two,
law
in terms of
enforcement
bringing a
person
firearm,
tells
he's
me
a
to get
legal,
on the
lawful
ground,
gun owner. So,
I
by
don't
the way,
care.
you don't believe in the Second Amendment because you believe
I
that
do.
people can shoot you
I
and
believe
and
people.
kill you and murder you if you're just carrying a gun.
I believe people who own those things, firearms. I believe you have to have the brain power to know what situation to bring
Do you know
them
what
in and not
concealed
bring them
carry
in.
is?
Yeah, my dad had it for fucking 40
Okay,
fucking something
so do you think
years.
if someone's concealed carrying, they should be shot?
No, but my
Okay,
dad
that's what
was
you just
also
justified,
smart and
though.
didn't bring it into crowds and stupid places.
No, but he was in public, and then this happened to occur. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
that
in
he
public
like
at a
went to a
protest,
protest with
Parker.
this in the first place.
He's at
And
a
even so, that's
hostile protest.
even so, that's not justification for the LEOs using lethal force.
I mean, when he has a firearm, you kind of have to make your own decision. It's a split-second decision, kind of like the Renee Good thing. Like,
These
officers
people,
told her.
it hurts. It hurts talking to you. Because did you even watch the video?
I watched one video, yeah.
So you watched him with him on the ground. He was already disarmed. And he got shot in the back like 12 times. You think that's justified?
We don't know who this guy is. He could have had some jujitsu training and fucking slugging one off.
Sir, can you repeat back what I just said?
You said something about Alex Peretti. Was it justified for his murder or whatever?
So listen, respond after I'm done speaking. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what Alex Preddy did was that he was already disarmed. He was already on the ground. He had multiple agents on top of him, right? He was already disarmed before he was shot, and he was shot 12 times in the back.
Yeah, someone jumped off when they were on top of him and then started popping some shots off.
Yeah, so why was that justified? What imminent
there
risk?
wasn't no body cam inside that pile though. We don't know what was going on.
We do. We actually do. So what imminent? We can see exactly everything. There are multiple different angles. What imminent threat of serious bodily harm and or death in the scenario was present for any of the officers?
The fact that he was resisting when they have firearms on them and he's in a foot reach of them.
He wasn't resisting.
He was resisting.
How?
There was like 6 of them on top of him trying to get him in cuffs. What are you talking about?
He wasn't resisting. How was he resisting?
I think me and you had 2 totally different outputs on it. Resisting.
Yeah, we do. So tell me, how was he resisting? Answer the question.
He was not listening to lawful orders. If he would have listened,
so what was the
resisting? Got
resisting?
on his stomach and put his hands up.
He already was
on the ground. He wasn't. He was lunched over like a lawn chair.
No, he was on the ground.
Can you replay that video then? Because I feel like we saw 2 different videos.
Yes, I can. All right, let me play the video.
They doing too much, man, and they keep pushing.
I hope it plays. It actually. I don't think this one plays the whole one. Give me 1 second. Let me get.
You're good. And while you're finding it, didn't his family say he was like weird for the past 3 months and
No.
didn't go into work and was missing shit?
No, nothing about his family justified what happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're still in the justify thing. That's what.
Yeah, of course we are. Actually, we actually have Dean's video. Let's just pull up Dean's video.
How's that guy doing, by the way?
How's Dean Withers doing? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on live for a minute.
He goes live every day.
Oh, I must not be on TikTok that much anymore.
It's okay. It's okay.
Are you friends with what's his name? That Johnny P something?
Not very much friends. More like acquaintances.
Okay.
I'm pulling up the video. It's been a minute since this happened, so here we go. Alrighty. Let me pull it up.
By the way, if I get dispatched, I gotta go, immediately.
Dispatched? What do you mean by dispatched? Are you like a cop or something?
No, I'm a plumber.
Okay, all right. If you get dispatched, we'll make sure to let you go.
Well, yeah, because I got 45 minutes to get to the job, and if not, I get doxxed on my pay. So.
Yeah, of course. If you have to go, there's no big deal. Okay.
And you called me a name, and we're gonna get past that after this.
Did I call you a name?
Yeah, on my other account when we were there.
What did I call you?
You called me misogynistic.
Oh, you probably did something misogynistic, so.
Federal agents just fatally shot 37-year-old American citizen Alex Pretty, who was a registered nurse and a federal worker with no criminal record. This happened less than 3 weeks after and 2 miles away from where Renee Good was fatally shot.
Wait, pause. He's not resisting, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, look at the video.
Minnesota. Trump administration officials have said
him moving on the ground. Actually,
he's
one thing I need to tell you is him moving on the ground. That's actually a normal bodily response in that scenario.
No,
that's not him.
No.
Let me clarify.
Yeah.
That's not him resisting. There's been many court cases on this determining that a normal amount of response, like when you have multiple people on top of you, your body will normally just push and respond like that. That in of itself is not determined to be resisting arrest. I just want to clarify.
Before we keep playing that video, or if you're gonna play it anymore,
yeah.
If you are told something and you don't do it, and then they have to force themselves on you to do that per se thing that they said,
that's not resisting arrest. And even so, resisting arrest is not a justification of lethal force.
You just don't like ICE, then, I guess.
No, it's not a justification of lethal force.
I mean, lethal, but taser and pepper spray could have been better.
They did use that.
And he still wasn't listening.
No, he was literally on the ground.
Resisting. You can see it right there.
No, he wasn't. Let me play the video and then you can give your response. Is that okay?
Yeah.
These were, quote, defensive shots fired at Alex because he was armed with a pistol and violently resisting any attempt made by the ICE agents to disarm him. However, my analysis of bystander footage from multiple angles seems to contradict the administration's response, because it shows that Alex did not approach any ICE agent with his firearm, and in fact an ICE agent was able to disarm him and take his legally owned and legally carried gun before he was shot and killed.
That just made no fucking sense.
Here's the beginning of the confrontation. Alex can be seen in the middle of the road filming an ICE agent with his cell phone. In fact, he tells them to not push people into traffic. At this moment, the woman recording puts her phone down. Let's now look at a different angle captured at the same moment in time to see what happens next. An ICE agent can be seen pushing a woman, who is then caught by Alex, who helps prevent her from falling to the ground. Alex, alongside the woman who's pushed to the side of the road, can now be seen getting pepper sprayed. He seems to get on top of her in an attempt to protect her from most of the spray. We will continue the footage from a different angle with better visibility.
Get the
Alex has now been tackled to the ground by a large group.
What? I just got a flag for your live contains themes that may shocking and graphic content. Okay, I don't care. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it and then I'll restart or whatever the fuck I need to do. That's so annoying.
Of ICE
Bro,
agents.
TikTok
And
is
this
so
is where
dumb.
he is disarmed by an ICE agent who takes his legally owned, permitted to carry pistol out of his holster attached to his hip. More specifically, this ICE agent, the man in the back wearing the gray jacket, better seen from this angle. Let's slow it down. First, you could see prior to approaching Alex, he does not have a gun in his hand. As he's bending over, from another angle, we could see that this agent still does not have a gun in his hand. And now, without ever touching his own waistband, meaning we know it's not his, he has a gun in his hand after reaching down to Alex's side. Let's look at that gun from a better angle. Here, zooming in, we could see that this is a pistol with a lighter body and some type of an attached scope. Now let's compare that pistol to an image of Alex's pistol that we know he had on him. This was shared online by DHS. Each pistol has a body that's painted in 2 different tones of brown. Each pistol has a grip that is a lighter shade of brown than the slide. And each pistol has an attached sight.
And I can go to the rest, but do you understand, at least from this point, that
That's
he clearly
just
had
resisting to
multiple...
me. I mean, that is quite
That was
literally
not resisting.
I don't know how you can look at that, Parker, and say that's not resisting
That
at
was
all.
not resisting. And also,
I
even so, right, none of that... What was the justification for lethal force?
Lives are at risk. I mean,
What lives?
the ICE agents' lives, and you don't really care
How
about
so?
them, but
How
other
so?
people
How
do.
so? Tell me.
There's a firearm, and bro's getting pepper sprayed. You think emotions aren't going to come into a play at some
They were
point?
disarmed. We just watched the video of them being disarmed prior to being shot.
Who? You mean Alex?
Yeah, Alex Preddy was disarmed prior to being shot.
You know,
We
And-
just
and
watched the
all
video of
those
the
ICE
agent going in
and
and taking
all-
the gun.
yeah. And all of those ICE agents had a firearm, Parker. It doesn't matter if they took his gun. He still could have reached for one of theirs.
Okay, so what you're not understanding in terms of this is that there was no evidence that they were reaching for any of the other guns. You're being ridiculous.
No. Your
There's-
opinion
Stop.
is I have
Can
no
you shut up
evidence.
for a second, please?
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, yeah.
You cannot say because the person that they shot could have possibly reached for a different gun, that's evidence that they are justified in shooting them. You are joking, right?
No, that's not
Because
evident.
it's possible
That's
for
not
any human to
justifiable.
do that. Therefore, under your view, it's justified to shoot any fucking person.
No. But what I'm trying to say is, if somebody like that tells me to do something, I'm going to follow
And
orders.
I don't. Okay, I'm sorry. You saying I would follow the orders is not justification to shoot Alex Preddy. What order did he need to respond to? And even so, if he doesn't, if he could not listen to any of the orders, and it's still not justified to shoot him, because he
Maybe
posed
if you're
no
getting
imminent.
pepper sprayed, how about you
Please
walk
be
away
quiet.
from the fuck-
He please be quiet. He posed no imminent risk of serious bodily harm and/or death to any of the agents in the scenario. So what was the
Opinion.
justification?
That's an opinion right there.
No. It's the fact. It's the fact of the matter that there was no imminent risk of serious bodily harm and/or death in the scenario.
Who claimed that to be a fact? Trust me, bro, on you.
You have to mention the the imminent risk of serious bodily harm and/or death in the scenario. That's your burden of proof.
The firearms that are in a freaking arm's reach of him, dude. Have I not said that multiple times?
So again, there just being a possibility that he could reach for it, which
Yeah,
by the way, there's
exactly.
multiple agents on top of him. There just being a possibility that he could reach for it is not evidence that he's justified in being shot. That's not an imminent risk of being, like if he were to reach for it, for example, and grab it, that would then be an imminent threat. But because you'd never reached for it or grabbed it, that's not an imminent threat. You're just saying it's a threat or something that could potentially be a threat. But there's no evidence that he actually was doing that at all. There's no evidence he was trying to do that. He had been pepper
There's no evidence
sprayed.
that he
He had
wasn't not
multiple.
trying
He
to
had
do that,
multiple.
though.
He had multiple agents on top of him. In that scenario, all evidence indicates that he literally did not have the capacity to do that.
I don't know. I think we just have two different opinions. Like, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them.
But I think you're being dishonest because you're not actually engaging with what I'm talking about.
I am. I just think we have two different opinions of what's rightfully so.
Can you stop saying two different opinions? If you say it one more time, I'm going to kick you. Of fucking course we have two different opinions. We're two different people. No one's disputing that. Can you tell me why you disagree with me? Like, why do people do this? I know that you disagree with me. Thank you for telling me. I'm not an idiot. Are you fucking serious? Tell me why you disagree with me.
Because there were firearms in arm's reach of the guy.
I already answered this. I already responded to this. What was my response?
I forgot.
Of course. So the response is, just because something is potentially the case that it could happen does not mean it's an imminent threat of happening. There needs to be an imminent threat of something happening, of you being of serious bodily harm or death in this scenario, for you to be justified in using lethal force. If they never reached for any of the officers' guns, the fact that it's possible that they could have reached for a gun is not justification to use lethal force and shoot them. Then, based upon your argument there, any time an agent or an officer is arresting someone or detaining them, it is justified to use lethal force and shoot them in the back of the head or in the back because you think that they could have reached for the gun.
Oh, well, I mean, then I guess you could say the dude was done wrong. I guess. If you're saying it in
What do you mean, I guess? That was clearly murder. We all saw it in front of us. The fact that you dispute that to this day is fucking disgusting.
I mean, that's another opinion-based thing.
Dude, are you incapable of actually intellectually engaging with said opinions rather than just saying it's an opinion? Like, why do people do that? That's an opinion.
I'm
sorry.
Just believe.
Pause. You say that's an opinion. What's that supposed to do? Is that supposed to be something that you can use to not respond to what I said?
No, but it just means we have two different points on what is said.
Yeah, and everyone knows that. We're in a fucking debate, dude. Of course. Now respond to what I said.
I just did, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You just said you have an opinion there, Parker.
No,
Well, thank you for telling me. Of course I have an opinion. Now can you fucking respond?
I quite literally said then I guess he was done wrong.
So, it was obviously murder, right?
I guess you could say that then, yeah. If
No,
you're
it's
looking
not,
at it.
Dude, it's not I guess you could say that. It's what do you think?
Yeah, he was more likely murdered.
So you think he was murdered. Okay, so I don't know why you were justifying it in the first place.
Well, okay. Because you're saying all these what ifs. Like, what if this? What if that? Like, you could say a bunch of what ifs in a scenario like that.
I don't think I'm what ifing a lot. What am I what ifing?
You're saying
aren't you what ifing? You literally said what if he reached for the gun?
Yeah, you're saying he's already pinned down. Then it just comes into what ifs. I mean, we don't know who this guy is. He's some random person off the street that they just disarmed. They have wife and kids to go home to. They don't know who this person is.
But they pose no threat. No actual legitimate imminent threat.
How do you know that though?
Because
you
I can watch.
Know.
I'm sorry. It hurts my brain how stupid you are. It actually does. I'm not trying to be rude, but it gets to a point.
I get that
It gets to a fucking point. We saw it on video. There's nothing in that video that shows that he posed any meaningful threat. For you to even act like there was any legitimate threat in that circumstance literally demonstrates that you don't give a shit about the facts of the case.
No, because facts can just be stupid shit for real. Like the one trial with Eugene or whatever her name was. Yeah, it said in the I think Dean, I saw him. He likes to pull when I was watching him. He likes to pull it up all the time. It says just because the law was changed a year later or something, the jury ruled it SA, but they didn't rule it RAPE.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the law was changed, so then you guys just classify him as that RAPE.
No, it's because the colloquial usage of the term. We believe any woman who's been forcibly penetrated in the vagina against their will, we believe that's rape. Okay? Just because it wasn't legally defined at that time. Just because it wasn't legally defined at that time as rape does not mean it's not legally defined as rape. Also, then if you say what are the grounds for self-defense, give legitimate grounds for self-defense that are independent of what the legal grounds for self-defense are. I'm telling you what legal self-defense was under the context of the law, and you're responding with, oh, I don't think that this was self-defense. Or, I mean, I do think that this was self-defense in this scenario. So then what are the grounds that you...
went on to Eugene Carroll.
Okay. Well, I thought you were trying to talk about Eugene Carroll to try to bring it into the conversation that we were talking about. Otherwise, you're just pivoting. Are you admitting you're pivoting?
Oh, is that what pivoting is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't mean to pivot. I was just bringing up a topic of you can't believe everything you see because the jury said it was SA, but not RAPE. But now you guys say it's RAPE just because the law changed.
No, it's not just because the law changed. It's because it's literally defined as that.
Yeah, you can't believe everything you see out there. People can be wrong at some point.
It's not anything you see. This is literally a civil case with an entire unanimous decision from 9 people in a jury. Plus, there's 27 plus people that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct. Plus, there's a credible accusation from a minor in the Epstein files against Donald Trump. Plus, Donald Trump's bragged about grabbing women by the vagina without asking. Plus, Donald Trump's bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without the consent. Where 2 18-year-olds came out, said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms. But you're going to sit here and defend Donald Trump no matter what, and you're not going to intellectually engage with any of the points that I've actually brought up because you're literally fucking incapable of doing so.
Again, another opinion.
Well, thank you for telling me that was an opinion. Everyone already fucking knew that.
Captain Obvious over here.
Yeah, you are literally Captain Obvious, my guy.
I just think, like I said in the beginning, I think you hate the man too much to look at the good that he does.
I think you're too cult-brained to actually look at anything bad that he did.
No, there's no cult in me.
You are absolutely in a cult. You have no meaningful intellectual capacity of calling out Trump
today if he did something.
Do it then. Like. He did. Are you Christian?
No, I am Christian.
Okay, how do you feel about him committing blasphemy?
I didn't like the picture he put up. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's an unforgivable sin. So if it's a red line for your God, why isn't it a red line for you?
You know, I've had prayers and Bible sessions about that, and I'm still, I don't know.
Yeah, you should do some more.
I probably should.
You should get on your knees and repent to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Well, he already repented for our sins when he died on the cross.
No, you need to get on your knees and repent for your sins for following
a
blasphemous orange man that is disgusting and horrible and has raped people. Okay, you should not defend such a guy.
You think that is
horrible. No, it's not. It's not just that I think that. It's that the laws determine this to be the true.
The laws. It was SA. It wasn't RAPE.
Okay. Do you think that that's enough reason to stop supporting him then?
No, enough reason to stop supporting him would be if these emails got unredacted.
Wait, can you tell me what you think rape is?
Forcefully penetrating a woman's. What am I allowed to say on here?
Woman's vagina against her will. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So it was rape. That's what I mean.
Well,
like, why do people act like? Why do you act like this? Like, why do you have to be a pedantic loser like that? Like, everyone knows it's rape. You know, based upon the definition, based upon what we're referencing, it's rape. Why do you have to do this whole thing of, oh, it's not actually SA, it's rape, or it's not actually rape, it's SA? Like, it's so fucking cringe. Regardless, even if it's SA and not rape, that's still bad. That's still a reason not to support him. Secondly, it's still fucking rape. Okay? This whole fucking mantra that people try to do of, oh, actually, dude, it was determined to be SA and not rape is such a ridiculous fucking bullshit argument that people use to try to demean how bad it actually is, right? Because they're unwilling to actually engage with the intellectual basis of the case.
I looked at the case. I looked at what the jury said.
So name one piece of evidence in the case you dispute. So name one piece of evidence in the case you dispute.
Like the fact that there was DNA on her thing and they wanted Trump to give up DNA. Fuck that shit. I'm not giving up my DNA either. What the fuck?
So you'd rather give up tens of millions of dollars and threaten your chance of winning?
If I was a rich fuck like that,
Eric, think of the Viking hammer.
If I just had money to fucking throw, yeah, I would do something like that. But I don't have $10 million, Parker.
I hate to do this, but genuinely, you are actually one of the dumbest people I've ever talked to. You are so fucking stupid, it's unbelievable. The fact that you'd even say such a stupid thing is unbelievable. He's running for president, he cares about his reputation, and he doesn't want to give up tens of millions of dollars. If you were under the threat of having to give up... Shut the fuck up for a second and listen, okay? If you were under the threat of losing tens of millions of dollars and your reputation being negatively impacted while trying to run for president of the United States, you'd give up your DNA if you actually were innocent. Okay, this proves that he's not innocent because the facts are that if he was innocent, he would have proved he wasn't at the scene of the crime like he claimed he never met her in the very first place, to then exonerate himself to prove he wasn't at the scene of the crime to everyone so that his reputation wasn't negatively impacted and so that he didn't have to give up tens of millions of dollars. And if you're telling me you'd rather give up tens of millions of dollars and literally have your reputation disenfranchised while you're trying to run for president of the United States because you're such a fucking literal hard-headed loser, I don't fucking believe you, and I think you're lying to me, or you're the most stupid person on the planet I've ever fucking talked to. You're the most naive, unbelievably stupid person I've ever talked to, if you actually legitimately think that's an actual reason. Are you serious?
If all that came out before my election or whatever,
it did. It literally did.
Hold on. Let me finish. And I still had 71 something million people fucking on my side. Then yeah, I would not give a fuck.
You see what I mean?
I have millions of people who believe
he doesn't know what the election results would have been, and he obviously wants to create better conditions for the election results. And that doesn't happen if you continue to have a system specifically that is determining that this is true about you, and you can prove it to be wrong with literally just giving up your DNA. You are an absolute idiot if you would not give up your DNA in that circumstance, if you never met them and you knew that it wasn't your DNA on that dress. What the fuck are you talking about? You'd give up tens of millions of... You wouldn't care about tens of millions of dollars. Are you serious?
If I was a billionaire, do you know how much a million and a billion is?
Yeah, you'd still care about tens of millions.
No, because if you're a billionaire, tens of millions of dollars means absolutely nothing.
Dude, you still care about tens of millions because this is liquid money that you have to give up.
But at the same time, I still had 70-something million people believe me. The fuck do I need to show to other people?
So what you need to demonstrate is that this isn't applicable to you. So you don't have... If you can prove that you specifically didn't do this, why wouldn't you? Even if you didn't have the case of running for president, you would if this was applicable to you. Like, why would you...
I guess, yeah,
like, dude,
but like, it's
that's
not
ridiculous.
Needed. If I know I didn't do it, I know I did not do that.
Would you give up? Would you give up like 10% of your net worth?
For what?
For this? Because you're so hard-headed?
Like, of my net worth of, like, me right now, or if I was a billionaire?
Regardless.
I'm not gonna lie. No, I wouldn't. But if I know
exactly, that's what I fucking thought, dude.
But
so stop being a disingenuous prick and actually engage in my points here.
If I haven't called you a single word. Calm down.
I don't fucking care. I don't care. When you sit up here and engage in this bullshit of, oh, E. Jean Carroll wasn't sexually assaulted. Oh, I don't think that this is applicable. Oh, I think it's a bullshit case. You didn't even fucking look at the case. And the thing that you bring up specifically is something that's so obviously indicating that Donald Trump is guilty. Yeah, I'm going to sit here and fucking say it as it is. I'm not going to be here patient and nice to you when you're going to be a dickhead to E. Jean Carroll. When you're going to be a dickhead to all the victims and survivors that aren't believed in our society because of people like you that are unwilling to believe them, even when they held their abusers accountable in the context of a civil court with an entire unanimous decision of 9 people and a jury. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit, and I'm going to treat you with the same disrespect that you treat victims on a daily basis. Absolutely.
I mean, my ex was raped by her father, and I believed her.
Not a justification for you not to believe E. Jean Carroll. And I don't know why you'd bring up their story when you didn't even ask them in the scenario. It's a crazy thing to fucking bring up in a scenario where you probably didn't even clarify with them prior.
She's my ex. She's dead to me.
Yeah. So it doesn't mean you can go in front of 8,500 people and talk about something that they didn't clarify that you could talk about prior.
My First Amendment right says I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's okay for you to do it. Obviously, you're still fucked up as an individual. It's your First Amendment right. There's nothing legally wrong with what you did, but there is something morally wrong with what you did.
I lost my morals a long time ago.
Of course you did. That's why you support Trump.
Not really.
So
no,
wait. So by the way, if you lost your morals a long time ago, I've lost my morals in caring about people like you. Of course I'm going to call you names like that. Of course I'm going to insult you. Of course I'm going to say things like that because you never gave a fuck about any of the victims that are disenfranchised by the person you support.
Not true
you never gave a fuck about any of these individuals. And by the way, you said that you gave away your morals. If you don't care about morals, why should I treat you with that same level of decency that I say that I should have to treat other people?
I gave up my morals because of life, which is a different conversation.
So I give up my morals in treating you right now, specifically in terms of giving you respect, because you clearly don't give a shit. You don't give a flying fuck to give it to anyone else.
And you're allowed to do that. No one's
and I just did it. So don't complain.
I'm not complaining, Bubs.
Yes, you were. You just complained. You just complained about me insulting you. I don't want to hear it.
No, I said calm down and hit the anxiety pin is what I said.
That's actually not what you said. You were complaining about me insulting you.
Yeah, your cortisol levels were spiking right there.
Actually, you're cortisol maxing right now, and you're low IQ maxing.
One of those, yeah, but
yeah, the low IQ maxing.
We know who has the better IQ here.
Obviously, not you.
Oh, well, this is awkward.
Wait, you actually think you legitimately are smarter than me?
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't think you actually think that. Come on.
No, I don't think that, but I do. I'm not. You're gonna think I'm gonna start trolling, but I'm not. But I actually do aura-mog you.
How are you aura-mogging me?
I mean, bro, you're a freaking. No, we're not gonna get into that.
No, tell me how do you think of aura? How do you think you're aura mogging me?
Because I don't hit the anxiety pin and waste my life away.
That isn't
So that's
okay,
aura right
but
there.
you waste your life away supporting a rapist.
I
I hit the anxiety pen to be able to deal with you guys to actually advocate for a better country. I care more about our country. I care more about creating better conditions for our country for the people that are going to live here after me. Right?
Yeah,
That's what I care
and
about.
I just feel like at the time, I feel like Trump versus Kamala. I could not vote for Kamala. I could not.
Okay? But you gave no good reason. You just said that you aura mogged me. Like, come on.
Well, and that's hold on.
And also, by the way, how are you going to let someone who's hitting the anxiety pen be more successful than you?
Well, because you do more research and you sit on your ass every day, and I go make money.
Oh, so you make money? So, really, how? How do you make money? By being a plumber?
Yeah, you don't know plumbers?
No, plumbers make lots of money, but like the
Exactly, Bubs. I got
Okay.
my fucking my Ram.
So wait.
1500.
If you
I
could
got my
do,
fucking
I have a
house.
question. If you could do
What's
the
up?
job that I do, would you do that?
Fuck no.
No, you wouldn't. Why not?
The mental toll I have to. I'd give someone my address and want to fucking have them show up at my front door and then say it was stand your ground law and fucking do something horrible to them.
Did I just get I got a harassment and bullying. That's great.
Yeah, I told you, Parker. You need to calm down.
Yeah, I do.
You should probably listen to me.
No, I'm good.